You know, sometimes it feels like there just aren't enough hours in the day to get things done. Well, for working moms, that's especially true when they're balancing their career with their kids or board meetings with bedtime stories. I mean, it can be enough to drive anyone crazy.
Former supermodel and supermom, Kathy Ireland says she believes that moms can do it all, just not all at once. As a CEO and chief designer for Kathy Ireland Worldwide, Kathy understands that busy moms often struggle with the responsibilities of raising children, managing a career, and finding personal time. In her new book, Real Solutions for Busy Moms, Kathy says moms can balance the hectic areas of life and create a happier, healthier home.
Please welcome to the 700 Club, the beautiful Kathy Ireland. It's great to have you here. Welcome.
You. So great to be here.
You know, you were a supermodel, had so much business activity going on in your life. When you became pregnant with your first child, did you worry about whether that was going to change everything, if that side of your life would come to an end? What was it like for you?
Oh, gosh. Well, you're very kind. I was okay as a model, certainly not super. And I entered that industry as a business person already. Always knew I belonged on the other side of the camera. One thing that I always knew I wanted to be when I grew up was a mom. So that was something I greatly look forward to.
You know, a lot of moms, I think, would like to stay home with their children. Sometimes I think you don't feel like you want to do that until you have the baby, and then this maternal thing rises up in you that says, I can't just walk away. But a lot of women feel like they have to work in order to make it today. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, you know, all moms work, whether you get paid or not.
I
can't think of
should say
anything.
outside the home.
No, absolutely, but you really can't think of anything more challenging, rewarding, or important than raising children. Unfortunately, in our society, frequently, moms whose career is being a mom, that is a career, frequently they are not given proper empathy or appreciation. I think it's because a paycheck is not attached.
Yes.
But that is truly one of the most difficult jobs there is.
No question about it. And a job that impacts our culture, because of course our children grow up to be decision makers in our culture. Talk about how you set priorities for yourself, because you are a businesswoman, a mother, you've just written a new book, and so how do you set your priorities?
It's important, and I talk about it in the book because there is so much pressure, I think particularly on women, to do it all and have it all. I was 40 years old before I learned that no is a complete sentence. No, thank you is better. But as women, we try to do everything. It's okay to ask for help. Sometimes in order to do great things, we have to say no to good things. But for me, to get it done, I've got to honor my priorities. My priorities are my faith, my family, and then finding solutions for families, especially busy moms, which is the mission of our company.
Tell me what that is. What does finding solutions for families do?
Well, our company, Kathy Ireland Worldwide, we design and market over 15,000 products in 28 countries. And I work with an amazing team of people. In fact, we were just in Galen's, Virginia with our new furniture partners, KI Home from Vaughn Furniture, heading out to Dalton, Georgia today to meet with our flooring partners at Shaw Industry, working with good people who share your values. That's really key. We're not going to agree on everything, but those values that are important to you. And we bring when I became a mom for the first time, my life changed instantly. Suddenly things like taking a shower was a huge luxury. And I learned very quickly that this woman is underserved. And so this book, Real Solutions for Busy Moms, Your Guide to Success and Sanity, it addresses the issues that are of most concern to her, whether it's finances, whether it's keeping our kids safe. We live in a very different world than the one in which I grew up in.
You know, many of the things that you talk about that are a part of our world are very stress-related, and you talk about, in the book, a woman giving herself the freedom to find things that de-stress her, to find ways to find relief from all of that. Talk about that a little bit.
One of the chapters is every home needs happiness. That is so true. And as moms, frequently we're CEO of the family, and we have a lot of control in that as far as the tone that we set. How are we greeting our spouse and our kids when they come in the door? And there are so many things that we can do to address that. And no matter how difficult our lives may be, we can always find someone who is in great need. And I get so comforted when I see people reaching out and really breaking down barriers. A beautiful example is Elizabeth Taylor, a beautiful woman of Jewish faith, who is so firm in her commitment of just destroying discrimination, and she feels very strongly about that with Christians, that she does not want to see discrimination. And CBN posted a beautiful article on this gift that she gave publicly to the Alliance for Christian Education, and it's a wonderful board that supports education. My husband and I serve on this, and its pilot project is Providence Hall High School in Santa Barbara. And I encourage people to check out providencehallsb.org and the allianceforchristianeducation.com to learn about how they can support Christian education and match Dame Elizabeth's gift that she made, that she is encouraging the Christian community and people who don't share our faith to just roll up their sleeves and get involved.
You know, I hear you talking about the importance of committing your time, the time that's available to you aside from your family, to things that matter, things that are going to make a difference. There was a time in your life where you weren't taking care of yourself, where you were overcommitted. How did you recognize that, and then what did you do to change it?
Well, it's a lot easier to give advice and teach than it is to necessarily take your own advice.
Always.
I wrote this book because I have a lot of problems and I need a lot of solutions. So I'm not sitting here with, you know, a perfect life and all the answers. And this book was put to bed last spring. Our son got a camera over the holidays, ran around the house taking pictures, got a picture of me, and sweetly, innocently chuckled a little bit. Our daughter, who was 5 at the time, ran and said, "Mommy, you look like you're pregnant." And when I saw the photo, it wasn't so much the appearance, because beautiful people come in all shapes and sizes, ages and colors. There's no shame in a weight gain. But what I saw was someone who was over stressed over everything, someone who was not taking her own advice. In the book, I talk about when you get on an airplane, one of the first things the flight attendant says is put your own oxygen mask on first, then you can take care of those around you. And as women, frequently we feel guilty if we take any time for ourselves. But when we say that our family is our priority, we have to remember we're a member of that family, and if we're going to be any good to our families, we do have to remember our own health and take care of our health. So my motivation, it's not about appearance, looking a certain way, but it's about being healthy.
Well, you know, the truth of the matter is we all have seen that sign that's been so popular for a long time: if mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. It is true that we are the CEOs of the house. And I want to tell you that we've really just touched the surface of what Kathy's written about in her latest book called Real Solutions for Busy Moms. I want you to know that this is available everywhere that books are sold, filled with lots of wonderful, candid, doable advice that can change your life if you'll listen to what she has to say. Thank you so much, Kathy. Great to have you with us on the 700 Club.
Thank you
God
for
bless you.
everything you do.